ZDT's amusement park, located in Seguin, Texas, is a small family entertainment center style amusement park, most notable for its wooden shuttle coaster, Switchback. Although Switchback is one of my favorite coasters, and a good enough reason to visit, what about the rest of ZDT's lineup? Are there enjoyable attractions, or just a couple of things to do? Find out as I rank my top 10 attractions at ZDT's amusement park. Number 10. Rock Wall. With an easy, medium, and hard side, this wall offers a solid rock climbing experience while being accessible for all ages and offering replay value if you're trying to build up to the hardest side with your skills. Even on a busy Labor Day, the wait for this was still pretty short, with a quick attendant putting people on all three sides, so it fits nicely into the park for what it is. Number 9. Thundervolt Speedyway Go-Karts. With the massive spirals and the large amount of space these go-karts take up, they radiate that they're bigger than your average go-karts, especially for a park this size. But with an inability to actually pass other racers, I'm just not a huge fan of go-karts to begin with. These are, however, included with admission, so it is a very economical way to get your fill of riding go-karts. Plus, the speed of these karts seem to be a bit more than your average go-karts, as I've actually been able to get laterals around the various spiral turns. Although lines are relatively short at ZDT's, there might be a wait for the go-karts between the low capacity and long cycle, just like you can experience in Roller Coaster Tycoon. Number 8. Video Game Arcade. As all of the games are set to free play, I want this collection of older games to be something truly special and enjoyable, but it just isn't. There used to be a decent number of games to choose from, but with the consolidation of the arcade into a single room, this seems to be a bit less. Kids seem more enthusiastic about the choice selection than I am, which is good since that's the primary demographic here. But there doesn't seem to be the few classic or enjoyable video games that I'm used to having in arcades. I'm also missing skee-ball and basketball shooting games if I'm just being honest. The price to play and access these games, though, is solid, since again, it is included with the price of admission. And it is a wonderful plus for a park like this. I just wish there were a few games that I could really be in love with, as this would elevate the video games to a real reason to visit. Honorable mention: Silo Climb. This opened as the tallest auto belay tower in the world, which is an impressive accomplishment for any theme park. Placed on and between old grain silos, this also offers a nice charm and some theming for the park. Climbing the tower was fun, though it is difficult for me to get too high, and my wife absolutely loves watching me try and climb up. Whenever we go to any theme park, she's always asking if they have a rock climbing wall that I can do. And to be honest, this seems like a solid upcharge attraction that other parks should but don't have. My largest complaint was that the handholds are rather small, which makes it difficult for an adult to climb up, especially since I don't have much rock climbing experience. The Silo Climb is currently closed as it was removed for being redundant with the park. Hopefully this will return, as it is an iconic way to greet guests, but that doesn't seem likely, at least in the near future. Number 7. Viper's Tail. The water park offers a strong complement of rides, especially since the lines for these will normally be minimal, which to me is a massive plus for any water park. Viper's Tail offers a basic, straight, 3-drop mat slide. Although nothing special, as you can find similar versions at many other water parks. The airtime you can get from these hills is solid and thrilling, as it will seem to really throw you up in the air as you can go down the second and third drops. Number 6. Dizzy Toucan. ZDT's only has a few flat rides, but they are chosen strategically to be both family friendly and enjoyable to thrill seekers. This pendulum ride will get you dizzy from its spinning, as I've come off of it really dizzy from the amount it spins. Besides spinning, it also offers some nice thrills as it throws you upwards at its apex. Though not crazy tall, I feel the smaller versions of flat rides like this offer a certain aspect that always gets my fear of heights going, as it just seems like I'm just far enough from the ground, but still close enough to the ground that I should be worried about falling into it. Honestly, I want to kind of rank this ride even higher, but I've had some rides on it that have just left me so dizzy and disoriented, which wasn't what I was hoping for, especially with how Switchback beats me up to begin with. But if you're looking for a good spin, this is a great ride that every family area should have in their park. Number 5, the Viper. Although just a traditional curving water slide that doesn't offer strong drops, like say its counterpart in Viper's Tail, this slide edges out its counterpart because you can enjoy it two ways, either in a traditional tube or on a mat. The mat experience is fast and enjoyable, and a different way to experience one of these slides. The Raft experience offers really strong swinging up the sides of the slide and offers a very thrilling experience for a basic slide. Also, the ability to pick two different experiences give this ride a lot of ride value, which is important for a park with very minimal offerings. For those who wear glasses like myself, it is worth noting that they might not let you wear them while using the mats, but they will gladly hold them for you at the top of the slide, or you can rent a locker next to the water park for $6. Or just leave your stuff on or near one of the many tables, which is what most people do. With a strap on my most recent visit, this was not an issue as they did let me wear my glasses down both mat slides. But just be aware that they may not let you, or you may want to consider wearing contacts. Number 4, Max Flight Simulator. Tucked into a back corner of ZDTs, this ride suffers from poor capacity, as only 2 riders can ride per cycle. Fortunately, lines at ZDTs won't be long, so it fits well into the overall lineup. The screen visuals are old, but this ride will likely, depending on the cycle, hold you upside down for a while, giving you nice hang time. You can customize your experience to an extent by picking from a few different themes and choosing which elements you'd like to experience. But this process seems confusing for me and it doesn't really offer that much, at least as far as I can tell, to the overall experience. As long as you get held upside down for a while, then you've gotten a great experience on this ride. Number 3, Parachute Drop. This is an enjoyable style of family drop tower, and something that would fit well in any park's family area as a mix between a thrill and family ride. It plays well at ZDTs by offering a small drop sensation, with its jerks up and down, as well as a long cycle that can be a bit intimidating for those who are a bit scared to try it. The drops aren't too bad, as you really don't drop that far. But as with kiddie drop towers, the jerking stop and start does offer a small stomach dropping sensation. For those scared of this ride, if you can handle Switchback's drops, then you should be fine riding this drop tower, as the drops are in some ways comparable and in some ways a lot less. Since I love this park, being able to re-ride this ride and take in the different aerial views of Switchback and the rest of the park is a really neat treat. I probably like this ride more than the average person, but it just plays so well for what it is. Number 2, Mad Raft Water Coaster. This looks like a rather lame and simple water coaster. If you're thinking, it's nice that a small park like this has one, but it's a bummer that it isn't a better ride, then I feel ya. I thought the same thing on my first visit, but then I came to this park after waiting an hour in line for all of Slitterbond's water coasters, or more accurately, the ones I prioritize, since with the wait, I couldn't ride all of them in a single day. Mad Raft, however, does offer a focus on my favorite part of water coasters, being pushed uphill, as well as a wild section towards the end that can have your raft swinging nicely side to side. On my most recent trip, the finale was not playing nearly as wildly as it has done in the past. There used to be these foam bumpers on the side to kind of help redirect water and slow your raft down, but they have been worn away over time. These seem to have helped in getting your raft swinging more side to side, although it could just be riding differently at different times. This water coaster doesn't offer any great drops, but is solid and enjoyable for the genre while offering a very short wait that should be around the 5 to 10 minute mark, which is just absolutely incredible for this type of attraction. Number 1. Switchback. This Gravity Group wooden shuttle coaster does everything well. From a solid for its height first drop, wild, crazy feeling throughout the course, a super intense overbank, and a nice gimmick with that vertical rollback. I like Switchback more than your average coaster enthusiast, and rank it neck and neck with Fiesta Texas's Iron Rattler, just for comparison. As a wild family coaster, this does everything, and there's very little, if anything, that I would change to make this coaster better. My one complaint might be that first airtime hill is kind of a dud, but I've also gotten trips on this coaster where I almost felt like I was going to fall out of the car because that airtime hill hit so well. It's not a perfect coaster, nor is it going to be one of my all-time favorite coasters, though it currently ranks very highly for me. But Switchback is such a solid and unique coaster, and you can check out my full review if you would like to know more. Those are my top 10 rides at ZDT's amusement park. Despite having a small lineup of rides, I really enjoy all of these, even if some of them are more on the smaller side. ZDT's is my happy place, and it is always a true treat to be able to experience its ride lineup. Which rides at ZDT's do you like the best? How do you feel about its overall ride lineup? Let me know, and as always, Toucan crap.